Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Natalie. I'm back with another video, and it is month 3 of 2026 in the new year. So I just kind of wanted to touch base and give you guys a little update on how things is going. Well, we're about to walk through the update. In this video, I am going to do a quick financial audit to see where everything is at with my finances. We're going to look over the necessities, the debt, liquid cash, all that fun stuff to see exactly where I am at currently with my financial health and how we can tackle certain targets with my debt payoff journey, but also to just the overall state of my financial state, basically. So we're gonna take a look at that. I'm gonna get you guys in my notebook and kind of go from there. So yeah, get ready for the 2026 financial audit to see how we can plan for the rest of the year and knock some of these financial goals out with the paying off debt and also budgeting our money and, you know, saving some cash. So let's get it. All right, guys, I got my pens and my highlighters. Let's get this going. Okay, so first we're gonna start off with the necessities, and this is all gonna be monthly expenses. Necessities monthly. So that is going to be our shelter, which is the rent. I have a car note, so we have to make sure that is paid or we'll get car repossession along with car insurance, because if we get pulled over, we don't want to get fined. Food, because we need something to eat, and childcare because I work during the day. So I need to make sure my kiddo's getting watched. Okay. So monthly I am paying $14.45 for rent, my car note, and these are rough estimates. I'm gonna put there as a key just so you guys are aware. It's like $533 something. I'm just gonna round just because it's easier. So $534 monthly. My car insurance is $286.33. Food, I get a credit for $540. So we're not gonna count that into the total estimate. And so childcare is about $250 monthly. So our total estimate, we're looking at total monthly payment that's going to be about, give me just a second, I just want to add up all my numbers to get as close to the accurate one. So we got $145 for rent plus my car note, that's $34, and we're adding on the $286.33 for car insurance, and then we're not going to count food, like I said, because it's a credit, and then about $250 for childcare. So that is going to be roughly $2,515.33. Excuse me, guys. So now we got that. Now let's move on to my debt. I'm gonna go to debt. We're gonna put bad debt because, you know, we have to emphasize this. Bad debt, so I'm just gonna go down the list. I got my Apple credit card. And the balance on there is $3.28 and a cent. I have my Capital One auto, and that's $21,075.36. Then I have my Capital One Journey. It's about $50 on that. 50.78. And then I have my Capital One Platinum. Sorry guys. Capital One Platinum, that's $36.73. BOA, why is BOA that much? Okay, I see what I did there. Okay. BOA credit card. Okay, my BOA credit card. Let me look. It's $2,200. Well, $2,234.69. And Chase is coming in at $2,800, so $2,841.15. And then my Discover card, no, my credit card is about $2,769.41. The Navy Federal Express, that is about $666.74. Then I got my student loans, the big one. That is coming in heavy. $26,533. Oh, I'm sorry. $553.96. Yep, and that's, let's get this monthly total. Give me just a second. And this won't be the monthly total. This is just debt. Whew. Y'all. Okay. So, total bad debt is about $56,556.82. So we got that. All right, and then lastly, we're gonna do liquid assets. Liquid assets? Am I saying that right, guys? Liquid cash. So right now, checkings, how do I do this? Okay, we're gonna do checking number 1, because I don't want to be spilling all my business, y'all. Checking number 2, expense account. Expense account, and then emergencies. And then Roth. Oh, we're not gonna do Roth. We'll do retirement. Retirement. And then investments. And I just recently checked my bank account, so we're gonna do like $77.43. Next one, I think, oh yeah, it's like $10. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is crazy. Expense account is $358.84. Emergency 42. 7.11 cents, and then retirement 607.09, and then investments. I don't know why. I think I just put that all together for investments. 114. So total cash as of right now is about, we're just gonna add these up, $5,528.34. Okay, cool. So this is monthly expenses are $2,000 and 2,550. Guys, I can't talk. I'm so sorry. So my monthly expenses are $2,000, 515. I'm gonna have to edit that. Rewind. Okay, so my monthly expenses are $2,000, 2,515 for monthly expenses. My bad debt is around 56,000, which is pretty good because we went down. And then liquid cash, if I needed to pull out for an immediate emergency, 5K. If I had to give up all my liquid assets. This is the 2026 financial audit. Right there. It's late, y'all. I cannot talk, but I feel like in every video I can't talk, so I guess it really doesn't matter what time of day it is. So, okay, I took some notes on my financial audit, so just gonna go through it really quick here. So going through all that, what I have noticed with monthly expenses and how I can adjust that for the rest of the year, with the cost of living right now and inflation, right now where I'm staying at, it's a pretty good deal for the size and the rooms. I'm in a 3-bedroom. I use this room specifically for work, for, you know, my office space and all that stuff. Some things I could do is do some house hacking, maybe get someone to, get me some rent money, help out to kind of reduce that cost a little bit to, you know, reduce that price. Another thing is I could try to downsize. I could look into some 2 bedrooms. I don't think rooming with someone would be an option, only because I do have a kiddo and all that stuff. So uh, I would just kind of have to have my own space with that. So either house hacking or another thing, which I think that can be definitely doable with the time coming, is to raise my income, either pick up some extra assignments. I got some certification tests coming up very soon, so we can always try to do that and just stay within the means, renew this lease, and just save that extra money that's coming in. So that's another one. With the car note for necessities, I couldn't really work my way around that. I feel like that was one of the worst financial mistakes I ever made, was get a car note. So yeah, I'm taking that with a grain of salt. I can try to pay that off as quickly as possible. I'd have to just come up with a strategy. Or what I'm trying to do currently is refinance that to see if I can go from $500 to $300 a month with that. But we just got to see, that process is rolling. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. With the bad debt, now I will say, since I have paid off credit cards, there are some credit cards I had to use for purchases that I just had to make during a tight time, but I paid them off. Then I put money back on there. But what I was shocked about, so from between last year and now, I was able to pay off $2,443.18 worth of bad debt. So that's pretty good. Before then, I wasn't paying anything. I was just letting the cards stack up and all that stuff. So going from $59,000 in bad debt to now $56,000 in bad debt, major move. So we're going to continue to try to get that number to go down as much as possible for the remainder of the year. Now we're going to go to liquid cash. What I notice here is I'm still noticing, between paychecks, I am cutting it close by being in the double digits before the next pay period hits. So I want to try to keep that number up. So I really got to look at my bank statements and see where I can cut costs at. And I think I have an idea, because recently I've been just going out to eat a lot, just because I didn't feel like cooking. So I know I can try to reduce that amount down. So we're going to be working on that. Also, too, I was able to save in some areas. I talked about in a video how I saved my first $1,000 emergency fund, which that was pretty awesome. If you want to go check that out, the link's going to be somewhere for you. If not up here, definitely in the video description down below. So yeah, that is my 2026 financial audit. So yeah, we got some things going pretty good. We were able to not only save money, but also pay a really good amount off in bad debt. We really don't want to keep that number going up. We always want to keep it going down. Bad debt does not appreciate over time, and it is one of the biggest wealth killers. So we want to make sure that we're keeping those numbers down. Any credit cards that are over 15% interest, car loans, we want those out the way. Get a cash car. Please, please, please do that. And the consumer debt, you do not overspend, guys. Do not do it. Don't spend money you don't have and you can't pay it back right then and there. That's something even I still to this day have to really train myself to not get into that habit. And yeah, just try to see where you can cut costs at, have some more self-discipline. This is what I'm going to be working on. This was my financial audit for the year. We still got some time. It's only March. And yeah, so my advice to you, not a financial advisor, just a girl trying to figure out life and build wealth and, have assets, check yourself, go down and do a financial audit, write the necessities down, write your rent down, write everything you need to pay monthly to keep, everything running. Look at your credit cards, open up your bank accounts and see everything for what it is and see what you have if in case an emergency pops up and you need to get cash right away. That's really important, guys. Half of personal finance and financial literacy is being aware of everything you have going on, especially when it comes to what you have and what you don't have and what you need to get rid of. So that is going to be one of the biggest hurdles to get over. And once you get over that and you're aware, you know what your next move is. And we're able to have these conversations of, okay, this is where I'm doing really good on, and I need to keep at that. This is where I need to be improving on. So right now, my biggest thing I need to be improving on is keeping more money to myself. And that's basically, we're just trying to cut costs somewhere, whether it's refinancing my car note and then eventually paying it off and then never getting a car note again, and or reducing the little day-to-day stuff, reducing going out to eat, subscriptions, anything like that that you don't need, like myself, and keep saving. If I was able to save 1K, I'm able to save 2, 5, 10, 20. I mean, do not think you can't do something or it's such an impossible number. If you can do the small micro habits, it can lead up to something bigger than yourself. So yeah, leave a comment down below if you did a financial audit, and let me know, how did it go? What were areas that you need to improve on with your financial status, and things you are actually doing well on. And yeah, if you wanted to talk more about financial audits, personal finance, and financial literacy, click that subscribe button because I'm all about that on this channel. And yeah, give this video a like if you like the update, to see where I'm at, to see if we can kind of compare where we're at. And if you would like to give me some pointers and some tips, shoot, hit me up. I'm always down to have a conversation about some cash. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.